GenG, they've got this double duelist. Can they make it happen on their attacking side?
Right, RRQ on defense, GenG on attack, double duelist. Do they go for the standard game plan where you just hit sites until people can hold it, or do they attempt to go middle and then later on attack the sites? We'll see. We got 5. Damn, we got 9 ghosts. Sorry, 9 classics. Dude, the bundles change teams, man. The bundles really change teams.
Elmimore looked a little lost in the sauce.
But old vision strikers.
He can regain himself.
Whoa, straight into the trips. Xrera starts to fire away, but it doesn't find anything just yet. Jemkin knows the texture stuck in the corner. Paint shells will eliminate that duelist player from GenG.
And this is just a hard read from RRQ. You know that GenG loves to take this mid pressure with the double duelist early on. It's just an entire trap. It's a meat grinder.
Holding the angles as well. Now goes in for the peaks together as a team.
Whoa.
What? How does he do it? Comes
Holy.
in and now's looking to possibly switch up to a different
1v4.
weapon. He has a spike, so it's just
gonna be a 1v4 with an ace.
Instead. Flips now trying to fight
he
back,
has an Ormond flash still.
Dude,
does he smoke himself off the plant? This guy's too smart, man.
Right now,
actually too smart.
Kind of out in the open, so this could be it, or it's gonna be an ace. Karen stays tucked away underneath that cover. Wraps back around the pillars.
He's
going into
God, he's
garage
owned
now,
it.
He's got that spike planted.
But the Omen flash as well. He's pretty far away though, and we just stick half, right? Oh, we probably stick the whole thing.
Flips just continues to stick it, doesn't really care. Oh, he gets off! Goes in for the swing now, and unfortunately for Karen, no ace to be found.
My goodness, this was so close though. Okay, I mean, the problem was it was a nice pistol from RRQ. They kind of read that we were going to go over towards middle. Even the GenG pistol was nice. It just so happened there was a lot of people here.
To make sure that he secures it, but this was RRQ with a great trap and then getting a little
yeah, solid attempt.
Against the likes of Karen.
Doma, how's things, man?
We've seen everyone on GenG do crazy things with the pistols. So
this is the first round you came in and we see this. Bro, so this whole week though, I'm seeing some mad rounds.
Incredibly well. Okay, a Bucky on the board for Elmimore. I imagine trying to hold down Mailroom with that. And at the same time, Meteor pulling out the signature
Sheriff. And Meteor always gets this, and honestly, against the jump peak here,
to buy a little bit of an upgrade.
That's not the best one.
You just block off B. Now everyone other than around mid, again, GenG lowest pressure mid with this double duelist. RRQ is just hanging far back. And mid, it's Spectre and Bucky. So they have very well read the map positions right now here on this anti-eco.
Heavy investment. At the same time, you also have the guiding light just to check for further information if needed. GenG trying to take whatever they can find. So
oh my God. 6.
The cost of,
does Lakia put the heal into this one?
Yeah, that was a close one. Texture knows it.
Now just doubling back into the A site. They know that.
Or do they want to save money?
2 players up around mid and B. If we can overwhelm Xrera, might be able to take down the site.
Now the creep around. So because of that orb, because of the cut noise on mid, RRQ.
Yeah, I mean the early B pressure did pretty good. The rotate, they're picking the right site. They break the only trip, which was an info trip, and
not too bad. He continues to isolate the angle.
Still got the 6 HP to deal with.
From the screen and is able to take down 3.
Did great, man.
Back with Marshall. So not too
Preserve the bullets.
But I don't
and
know
this should be a plan though.
GenG
Raise, no satchels. I mean, that's a plan. Sure, man. He's always good for one with Marshall.
Continues to push down. And that's going to be the second kill for the guy. RRQ now picks up the second win. Goes fourth.
So, I mean, 1 bit of damage done.
Go back over on that.
Few FPS with the 3 months and the tier 1. Thank you very much,
dude. They will drop 2 weapons, but one of them being that Bucky, they're not going to miss it too much.
Of course, dude. Thanks so much,
doing
man.
his best here. I love the smoke backup coming in from Estrella as well. Just kind of maybe slight disrespect on Meteor, knowing how good he can be on that. Marshall, they're trying to go scope in. But at the end of the day, a hold's a hold, a win's a win, and you still carry over 3 weapons.
When people smoke the box on B main, it always leaves a gap. So if you get, talk about this smoke, if you get it right on the edge here, it has, like, say this is the wall. the smoke will. So this is the box. This is the wall here. It will like smoke like this, so you can see here, right? You can see legs as they cross. If you get it right on the edge, that's why people do it. This one went a little bit to the right, so there was a gap, so it wasn't a great example. But if you get it like right on the edge,
the only
it's
one
like that.
here to contest against this is Jemkin.
Because of a Phantom, so he's going to be able to match firepower. But like you said, all alone.
Oh, they're creeping up.
Yeah, no audio. That's a tough one, but the kneecaps are shown.
God, I thought he was going to get a double. Yeah, no drop there. He gets double. It felt like we don't know what the reposition would have been, but
that would still give RRQ a decent chance in this round.
the gun can get retrieved, and Flips is kind of holding it. He doesn't want to make any sounds.
Yeah, and during this
Yeah,
time,
and
you
he's
actually
just going to
cleared out B main.
tell his
Now the
teammate
trip
to
gets
pick up
broken
the
as
gun
well,
because
so
this won't
RRQ's
make the
still
sounds.
fairly aware
And he
that's
is.
going to be
Whoa.
a hit. Flips actually hears a bit of that noise. He's going to back off.
Oh, that's unlucky, man. He played this really well.
His look has been spotted.
Yeah, he had the guy running, and he's like, well, I'm going to get caught. Now gets the double up gun upgrade. This guy got killed over towards middle. That's another gun upgrade.
Something that you need to think about.
Well, he's strong.
The corners now. 3 players from GenG trying to hold down the site. One elbow.
Wait, someone's got to go huge. They got no map
Getting
control, and this
flashed
Omen
out
flash
now.
hit too.
Forces the paint shells out from Texture. Guiding light blocked off thanks to the dark cover from Charon. Not too bad.
Look at the
Almamor will
trades
be able to
right
trade
now.
Back, though, so then comes up the toxic screen. Munchkin just trying to work his way around.
And this
Texture
attack wall,
still
though,
trying
it's
to
so
stay
good.
tucked away.
Does all the DRX wall, but it gives you this extra bit of freedom.
RRQ will peek, and there he finds a couple paint shells now tossed in to eliminate Elbow, but Estrella just swings out the other side instead. Catches him with a Spectre. It's all down to Munchkin now, but
Yeah, time's
Estrella
so
no
low.
longer has time. Not too bad.
Great
from
damage,
GenG.
and this guy just wants him to go down with the spike.
No, Munchkin's going to get it. So, I mean, Estrella, if he could have dropped the
Yeah,
weapon
and this was like the best
you're
example
forcing
we've seen really
all
of this
rifles
wall
to
over
drop
towards
on that
sight.
buy round.
Right, this.
Wouldn't have been bad.
I mean,
Still
normally
not bad.
you know why it's
4
good over
rifles
towards
taken
here,
away
right? The
by
double
RRQ.
vision block, but
GenG
this wall
barely
that
scrape away
extends
with
over
around
towards the
one,
site,
and
great in the
that means
afterplant,
that
great for
this
if you want to
round
create
is an
pressure
absolutely
on the
dicey
site
one. Yeah, they
itself
can buy up with
in
half
terms
armors,
of blocking vision.
but if they lose this one, it's all
And I'm
over for the
pretty
next 2
sure,
rounds.
I mean, they could have stolen it
so
for someone in
far, I
practice,
mean,
but I'm
the
pretty
way
sure
that
I
GenG
called
are
it the
trying to
GenG
approach
wall
it,
because
you
they
know,
were the
they've
first I saw
sensed
use
that
it.
RRQ has good setups up around B.
A
as
great round
well
from
as
RRQ
mid,
in terms
so
of damage,
the
though.
slow creep into A.
We
but because
literally got
Jemkin
one person that
received
can buy
that
next.
contact
That's
so
it.
incredibly well. It's great reads from RRQ.
And
Yeah,
these two have
RRQ, of course, still
disrespected the
gonna have that
wall,
judge in
the
their
smoke
own
in B
hands as
main.
well, right? They've been trying to
And
match
what is the
power
timing
for
on the jump
power
peak?
in the last 2
Okay.
rounds. Estrella, an early peak.
Okay.
Ooh. Trade in mid. So this is going to force RRQ to have to refill mid a little bit. It's either that or just a hard 2-2 hold in the back of sight.
Bit of a nightmare, though. That's like
Right
their
now,
main
both
util to
flashes
enable the
on
double
B side, right? The
duelists.
paranoia and the guiding light
And
just
it would
prepared
be the
for a
thing
bit
that
of
kind
a
of finds
counter
this
trap.
trip.
You still have that trap wire as well.
Oh,
so
that
you have to
smoke
rely
helps,
on that.
Just to be safe. Texture just setting up for the timing on the flick of it.
Yeah, I
There
think
goes
that
the
smoke was a
showstopper.
mistake.
It doesn't find Estrella. He actually wraps back around the left side of the pillar, finding Meteor as he tries to cross through. Munchkin now goes in for the
What a
swing. They're
naze.
trying to catch him around the wrap. And Elmamor along
A
with the jump
massive
will not be
2-on-2 again.
able
Whoever
to do
wins
all
this
too much.
has to,
2-on-2.
the other team has to
Charon
eco.
manages to make the plant. They have to set up for the crossfire inside of Garage.
Yeah, I really think that
This is gonna be a
Estrella
tough one,
kind of
especially with that
messed
smoke
up a
back
little
on
bit.
Evan.
It was like one of
Jemkin
those situations where maybe they didn't talk about the
so
fact that
they'll
they
know his
killed
position.
the
Trying to buy time until Xfero can
this-
approach the site.
sky.
Maybe a double satchel. Maybe try to throw Charon off somehow. Texture staying tucked away behind that little box. It might just give GenG a bit of an advantage. But oh my god!
Oh, trying to use the satchel, the blast pack.
Yeah,
to
nice
make
round in the end.
Charon
Yeah, so
have to
it's like
reposition. I
when
don't
once the
mind
Sky
it. I
Dog
mean,
goes
especially
in,
against
it's
a
hard
guy
for them
like
to like.
Charon. It's good to try to
Like
mess
the
up
Sky
his
Dog goes
movement,
out
but
right, and then you have double duelists. So
that
the only
is
thing you want
unfortunate. He
to, the
doesn't
only
get
thing like the
displaced too
comp
much by
now
it.
does is pop like
He's able
this.
to reset
So
just
doing
in time.
this
A bit of a
smoke
missed flash here
gives
as
them the
well.
space that they
Elmamor
want
trying
to
to
get
clear one
close
side while
to
Estrella
pop,
not quite
especially
aware
when
of
the
it.
trip
Gets
is like
flashed, so
this as
Estrella
well.
can't get the
You can
peek
get in the
around.
smoke, they can break the
Allows
trip, and then they
GenG
can
to
pop.
wrap all the way
And
around
it's
pillar.
hard to
I think it rarely touched.
it's hard in teams like when you
Rarely
kill a
touched-
certain
barely
agent to
touched
like
Charon in that
have all
So
of the
now
thoughts in your
RRQ
head of
trying
like,
to
okay,
go
now
for
this team
early
can't do this, so I should
garage
be doing
control
that.
to
But that
give
smoke
Jemkin
really
that
helped them out. That was like the
showstopper.
perfect one for them to
Meanwhile,
pop.
GenG on the other side of the map.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Early
mistake. They're
pushes
really
in, trying to
considering
break
the
some of that utility. So
agent they
GenG
killed.
getting a bit more active, knowing that they have the weapons advantage. Trying to make sure that RQ cannot stay stacked up all on one side, knowing that it's an eco. They'll have done a good job of it so far. RRQ now split apart, trying to hold close angles.
Oh,
Flips is the one kind of in trouble. He's not going to find much value if he backs off, but doesn't have much of a choice.
He's trying to work around his toxic screen at the very least. Trying to catch anyone if they do try to cross through. So
Okay,
GenG plays it safe, goes in from the Trailblazer, clears out the rafters. And here's RRQ now trying to work their way through to heaven.
The
GenG
Omen
will
flash
be
over
able to
towards
start
site's
things off,
pretty
that
good.
early frag on the Stinger.
The
Still
Pharaoh
have
on
that
his
showstopper,
own.
so
Wait,
if
I
the
mean,
spike
honestly,
plan
their
starts to
setups are
go
incredible
through,
right
he
now.
might just be able
Razor
to
goes
keep
in,
things
guns
up,
on the
and there it
floor.
is. Flips getting
Flips
a
gets
double
a
with the Sheriff as
double.
well. It's all down to Munchkin
There
now.
is so
Caught
many
with that
guns to
Guardian.
pick up. Munchkin just needs to kill as
Will
many
not
as
fall,
possible.
not yet. It has to cross safely away.
Shot.
Another incredible flick onto Australia.
20
The
seconds.
spike still dropped down.
Should
Yeah,
still-
there's
20
left.
seconds,
should still go
so
for it
they
and try and do
not wanna bunch
damage.
up for this.
Jemkin.
Here's one right below him.
Munchkin continuing to peek against
Hey,
them.
what a sick round from RRQ.
But,
Stack
yeah,
pays off on this one.
Numbers will prevail. Xfero has the angle. It's
He
gonna be a
upgrades.
3-2 so far.
A great heroic hold. So Flips has to give up heaven a little bit.
This is
But
the
with
most
that,
pivotal
the
round
timing
so
is
far.
red. The smoke comes out from
Insane
Australia
amounts
just
of
to buy
money.
A bit extra time on
GenG have
and
the
that
eco.
plants Jemkin deep in. Flips great shot
Oh
onto
my
Karen. Actually, a
God,
nice second one
dude.
as well.
It's
And with
some
that kill,
absolute
Jemkin gets the
shots on
showstopper.
sight.
All in all, it's really good. And during all of that, the guiding light had cleared mid as well. So you know it's not a pinch. You know it's just ramp in A main. It's a good read off of the passive utility from RRQ.
Yeah, this
Get out of my way.
I mean, Elmi
Oh,
will
it's
did
a good
great
way
as
to
well.
try to sneak their way onto site still. A little bit painful in the process. RQ now just trying to readjust. I mean, back to that 1-2-2 kind of hold, just to have a bit of an investment into this mid site.
So I'm
Problem
not
with
sure
this
if
is
GenG
they
players would have
didn't
caught it,
create
but you
enough
did
pressure
hear
over
the
towards
drop
mid,
down
or we
into vent,
constantly
so
had
a bit of
constantly had
signal that
vision
you're
of middle.
backing off of mid.
So
That might be the call to go into B, knowing that it should be a weaker side on the B side.
They got hit by
It's
the
a nice
paranoia,
pop,
just
though.
waiting out the timing of it now. Meteor alongside this Blade Storm trying to get the shots
Ooh.
through, but look at how Elmi Moore holds it down. The flashes this time, even with Estrella able to support, connecting on all of these shots. Now the last one,
wait,
yeah,
what?
able to get away with a little bit of victory, but at the same time, just Elmi Moore continuing to find every single kill. Now 3 points.
Yeah,
away from
and
his
good
ult.
read again. I feel like
Great hold,
Elmi
and
Moore's
this
doing
time you
great
had
at just
Estrella
getting
and Elmi
info.
Moore
This one
really
here as well,
doubling
just
up
never
together,
block
right?
vision
Always
over
making
towards
sure
the
that
mid
they're swinging
spot,
together,
so he
looking
was
at
just
the
constantly on
same
top of
sides. Rather
this.
than going for 1v1s around the pillar, just move as a unit to clear this
Yeah,
up.
not even the kills, just his like
Bounce line up
actual
for Elmi Moore.
info gathering
And
at the
again,
moment's been
not
good.
being able to really push through mid has been a thorn in GenG's side. With the double duelists, either you got to go fast onto one of these sites, or you got to be able to really dig into vents, plant someone there, make sure that there's a lurk presence. And once again, they'll see if there's an opportunity.
Now trying to, go for this mid take. Flips, though, very, very much prepared on the other side. Tosses the snake bike down.
Not sure if GenG has enough repetition and solid info to
Okay,
know
what's
that
the reaction
snake bite
once
is
they hear the
always going
dog?
to rotate over
They
to
re-smoke
male.
again,
But
dog's
they'll
gonna
continue
go
to
up, do
smoke
they
that
just
side
spam?
off. Again, the idea is just
All the
to put
mollies
some
are
pressure
used
onto
now.
vents and make the Cypher uncomfortable on the A side.
Okay. Now you got the Trailblazer. Yeah, and they've managed to clear it out, so they know.
Skydog went over towards B
potentially
main, it only saw
not
one
vents, I hope.
in return. And
Gotta
here comes
watch out
the
for
straight
that
up
male
split.
take, male hold. Guiding light goes through.
Three
Flips
people
falls
here.
back. At the same time, you've got a couple
Omen
players inside
backside.
the garage waiting for the go signal.
Great Omen
Estrella
flash. Now they
tosses
can
out
just
the Paranoia
focus on
just
heaven
to
for a
fend
little
them
bit.
off, but Meteor continues to push through.
Oh,
It's instant 3 kills from
Karen,
GenG.
even when blind, just
and they
went for
will
the
have the
TP,
site.
knowing that the angles should have been fine, or
utility
no
was
matter
so
what.
good from
I mean,
GenG on that
he knew the
one.
angles were going to be
So
fine because
what
the
they
only
did
spot he
was
could
they
be
used
seen
the
from
Trailblazer
was
to clear out the
covered by
close
his
smoke
teammates,
as
so
well.
towards heaven.
And that keeps RRQ guessing. So Flips wants to peek out as the smoke dissipates, but then you've got a guiding light and then the Seekers to make sure that they push them in. And
Yeah,
once
the
they
three
push
players
them all
got
into the site,
annihilated
the
here.
paranoia absolutely
This was good.
engulfs-
Shout out to
engulfs
Karen here
RRQ.
still as well.
So
Just
sure, there's a counter paranoia, but you've allowed
good
them all to
understanding
enter
of
heaven
like
for free with
angles
no
and what's
audio.
covered.
It's a great setup, absolutely hurting them all into the center of B site.
And perfect positioning for Meteor to collect on those kills as well. Although it does look as
Bro,
though
they gotta-
RQ is
They
in
gotta
the
be
lead
doing
for the time
damage here.
being. GenG
Why are they
definitely
saving like
trying
this?
to
You
turn
got
things
5K.
around, trying to find different solutions to how they might regain control of this mid area.
Even just like one kill.
Given the pattern
Like,
so
just
far
try and
for
cut off
GenG,
some of
though,
this.
split, here on the Mappa split. I don't think they're going to be happy at all with anything like 4 rounds, maybe even 5. They've got the double duelist on the attacking side. You'd ideally want at least a 6-6 to feel a bit more stable.
We got so much
Especially
money still.
Because, listen, last time again for RRQ against Team Secret, it was Elmimore that was an absolute weak link.
The loss bonus would it?
Right comfortable here on
I
the
mean,
sky,
I guess
topping the board for RRQ.
900s.
Being able to anchor the site alongside Estrella has been working out pretty well so far. Off of the initial round loss, timeout being called by Coach Ewok.
Wonder if there's going to be a change up in that mid hold, right? Overall, it was good for the early couple
Might
rounds.
just be more down to the fact that
But
they're
now
just
GenG's starting
blasting
to get a
pretty
read on
heavy
it, and
over
they're
towards
trying
them.
to corral RRQ into uncomfortable positions, make them kind of fall into the trap play. So even though they're on attack, GenG is able to situate themselves for these trap plays that you usually see those timings on a defensive side. So RRQ's read, I don't know if Ewok's going to have the absolute all information that he needs, as he's only able to see his own player's screens on this one. But if he's able to get that timing read, what's the change up? Is there a bit of a push out onto Garage?
RRQ are out. I mean, in terms of Shanghai and playoffs,
There
yeah.
is that potential.
But again,
But like
every
you
game
mentioned
matters
before,
for
Will,
split 2.
It's
trying to
GenG
get
with
to
their double
champs,
duelist
so
setup, and they need as many
be a
rounds
massive win
as
if they could get it.
possible. So wondering how they might change things up during this timeout as well. It's going to be an ace stack.
5-man stack here from GenG.
Whoa.
No showstopper on either side.
He's
so
not on the suit.
not getting
Yeah,
ready for
everyone's looking at Tommy.
Diving into blindly. Xfero just on the site, has the trips as well.
Heaven and
Snake bites will fall.
back of
Viper's bit to block off mid is the call from
yeah, this
RRQ.
is a free site right now.
Meteor bypasses most of the trips and traps.
And maybe they had
just
too
by
much heaven
updrafting.
focus.
And RRQ
maybe
has
too
to
much
make
mid
the
focus.
rotations over.
Okay, so RRQ,
Guy at middle
relied
tried
on
to
the
drop
pit.
the
They just
wall
wanna
to
hold
see if
on
there's
A
anyone
heaven so they can
lurking
still go
over
for the
towards
retake.
middle that would try and take
And
a
now Screens
timing.
has been closed off
And
by the opponent's
fake the
Viper's
fact
pit.
that they've
Oh, that's
rotated in. This is a
deadly.
dude. This has a gap here as well.
Little
This is, dude,
corner
this
now.
wall's so
And RRQ wants
nice.
to try to retake
Oh,
ramp
no.
because screen has been blocked off. Jemkin able to spring
Yeah,
through.
Viper all
catches
over towards
Texture. That
spawn,
pocket
so everyone
has
has to
been
go here,
eliminated.
and Karen's gonna get wrecked by
Karen kind of
Flipsider.
takes his place though, just perched right up on
Oh.
top. Flips
Yeah.
has the angle though and spots him
And
on top of the cyber
then
cage.
a
So
lot of
that's now
this
numbers
comes down to
advantage
Lakia.
RRQ. Can they still work their way through the
He
Viper's
just
pit,
got
though? They
melted.
just might be able to do
And
it.
RRQ are
Jemkin
handling
taking
this
down Lakia
very,
front
very
heaven.
well.
Meteor
They had a
trying to
lot
stay
of
tucked
small
away
little
inside the
micro
little
plays here
corner,
that were
but
very
Elmimore
smart,
crouches
dudes.
and sprays him down. Munchkin back inside of elbow. Here's the defuse,
I
and wants to
really
rush
want to
in,
just
but it's
highlight
way
just
too
like this is
oppressive.
a
This
great
oppressive
round
fire
by
will
them.
cut him
It's
down.
very, very
I
impressive.
love the
Just
call.
so
You
many
use your own
small
Viper's pit to
details.
shut off mid,
Like
and you just
this
say,
this
"Listen,
Viper
this time
all
don't
towards
leave
middle
Cypher
is great.
on
He
A
goes
side.
down
That
to
means
this
that we have to
angle.
commit to
He then
extra
drops
members
the
to bail
pit
him
just
out
in
if
case
it's
it's
an
like a
A-hit. So we
4-1
back off.
to
Sure,
see if
they
there's
have a
anyone
Viper's
taking
pit,
good
but
timing
if we can
towards
get the
middle
early
because
flank,
he's
if we clear out
given
mid, if
the
we get
impression
serious,
that he's
if we
gone
have
to
A-heaven,
rotate
we
over
still have
towards
two angles.
vents.
This cyber cage,
They
by the way,
then,
makes
in
it look
reaction
like there
to
is no
obviously
extra
losing
flank
spawn
coming
and
in
not
from
being able to
Sewers.
take
It looks like
spawn,
it's just a
hold
ramp
over
push
towards
out.
ramp heavy,
Karen's not
and
quite
pretty much
ready
just
for it.
wait for
Flips
him
finds
to
the
then
angle
make
right
the
off that as
play,
well. Heard the shot
clear it
earlier.
behind so they can
It's a
pinch it,
great
and then
read,
everyone
taking a
on
good
site
setup,
is just
a good read
then
off
having
of
to
their
get
own
out of their
timeout from
own
RRQ.
Viper
Now,
on
the
site
attacking
to
operator.
defend.
And this is
Then
where
they
you
pinch
know
because they
GenG's
still have
starting to
heaven
feel the
control.
pressure.
They like
All
always made
wars
sure that they
fought
could
and
pinch
won
right
with
here,
deception, and
and
RRQ's
then
just
yeah,
doing a wonderful
it was
job
really
at
really
that.
sick. One of the best
GenG wants to
handlings
get
of
serious,
this
but
I've
I don't
seen.
know if the operator will be enough. Estrella has been very careful around this pillar. Flips and Elmimore now. It's going to be a guiding light out. Doesn't find Lakia. The paint shells will push him further back too.
Let's see how much space that Meteor can create. He'll at least break one trip, but the thing is, the site's still free, cam's still open as well. And Meteor knows this. He knows that his job isn't done until this cam is broken.
He's trying to find it though, but can't. Not yet. Sphero in that little duel against Meteor stays very safe, stays very, very well hidden. And a lot of time has passed now, so what is GenG thinking? The transition over back to A site.
Oh, and I love this position from Jemkin.
Oh.
He correctly reads it. Oh, but he's
Whoa.
trying to escape.
Oh.
Okay, tries to play it a little extra safe.
All right.
Surprised
We'll
with
see
this,
where
they
that trap
don't
came
rotate
from.
one
So
out.
knows that
Elmimore
cameras
has
up
one more
around heaven. Tried
flash.
to bypass most of the
Maybe he
trips.
could have used over
Tries
towards
to
B
catch the
earlier.
timing.
Massive
Oh,
Jewel
right
just
around the edge.
saw him.
Sphero. These
Keeping an eye on the
cyber
Raise
cages have
Lurk.
been
20
such
seconds, they got to
pesky
send it in
thorns for
towards
GenG.
site.
Now they've lost their tip
Want to
of
see the Raise
spear.
Lurk.
Texture
Ooh.
tries to throw them off with the paint shells, but can't
And
quite
I
catch
guess
the
he was
flick with
seen
the
before he
operator. Karen
through the
trying to hold
nature.
down the site. But unfortunately, it's going to be that spike plant. RRQ continuing
Dude, look
to
at the
press forward.
RRQ util right now. They look
stuck
great.
in, between a rock and a hard place. They're trying to eliminate that rock. They're trying to watch out for Heaven. Able to deal with the first little pebble. Then you've got so much more. 3 players now, just right
Yeah, and
around
we're seeing
the
this
site,
wall. Every time the smoke comes out,
surrounding
they're
them.
just
Munchkin
able
trying
to
hold it
what
down
the?
too, but Lakia
They're just
with a
able
quick
to
fadeaway
wall this
shot
off. The
catches Flips.
2v4 on
Don't
site
have to
will
worry
be
too much about
huge
Elbow
if
any
they win
longer.
it.
He goes back in to check even more. 7 rounds left in the mag. Tries to go in for the burst. Xfero swings
Ooh.
wildly all the
Bro,
way
they-
to the side, and it's going to
They're
be
good on the
Munchkin who's
retakes,
unable
man.
to
Their
track.
util's really nice. The only
RRQ
reason
double
GenG
their
are
score on top
making
of
some of
GenG.
these rounds look
I mean,
doable is because they
Jemkin
have their own
lands some
wall to
nice
delay
shots for
time
Heaven,
for this
but
smoke
this
to
is all
go.
up to
They
Xfero.
didn't
He
have that,
knew
I swear.
that if they
RRQ
allow
be running
themselves to
over
get
them.
into these 1v1 situations any longer, GenG's absolutely got the firepower. So you try to just pounce
I don't know
up
what I
Xfero,
missed
just
here. I
opens
don't know
up
if
his back to
Texture
go
was
for the
seen
pinch onto
earlier
Lakia.
or something
It's a good
happened,
read.
but it
Got
was
the
weird.
Phantoms.
The first
Trying
bit
to
of
go for those
interaction I
wide
saw was
swings.
him throwing a nade.
He's able to get the defuse as
They
well.
must
That
have seen him
forces
or
a
something.
timeout out because now you've dropped
Or
the
his Cypher
operator.
ult, is that why?
That's 2 tough round losses for GenG.
A lot of sense, okay,
On
yeah.
this attacking side,
Then
you know,
that makes
this
a
is
lot
what
of
you guys
sense.
have talked about. The double duelist composition favors, you know, a very explosive play style, favors explosive set plays, but they haven't been able to execute because RRQ does such a good job at defending mid, at blocking off garage, or even tempering with that operator. They kind of had an idea that it could have come out thanks to the timeout from before, and then just to play back around the A side. Xfero did a wonderful job with the cameras.
Yeah, and in that previous round, so since we're on this timeout, what was so well done is Jemkin's on for a bit of a pick onto Meteor. He doesn't get it. The reason he backs off, I was wondering if he'll just spam it, but they had no information on mid as well, right? They left mid open for a little bit. And so since they were trying to see with their util on B, he backs off in case he gets pinched onto Heaven. Of course, Xfero then gets the neural theft, so it's all fine and dandy. But Elmi Moore has been very patient with those guiding lights. Same thing with Estrella, with that paranoia. And until GenG can force these out nice and early from the B side, it's going to be tough. And look at this. Bit of a hard read from RRQ off that timeout. They know mid's
Yeah,
been
we're
shut down. They
sending
know
it,
A's been
right?
shut down.
Hard B.
Then Sky Flash,
Yes,
if
that's
it
the
hits,
play.
then you
But
Omen
gotta watch
Flash?
out for those
Or are we
flashes
doing
like
off
you
contact?
mentioned, Will. I mean, look
Sky
at
Flash
Estrella's
hits,
positioning.
Omen
Paranoid
Flash,
to legs, and it's gonna be
holy.
Elmi Moore now on the sides. Everyone's blinded, but
Bro,
Elmi
was
Moore
spinning
finds
around, man.
every
Even got the
single
guy on
kill.
the
It's all
left.
down to Munchkin now on the other angle. He
Ah,
hops
it's
over.
unlucky.
The footsteps
This
have
is a
been
lovely
heard.
round.
Elmi Moore, unfortunately,
Bro, they
overstays his welcome for one
RRQ.
more second. Munchkin will be able to
Still gonna
repeat
say
on
it.
this double
RRQ are a
kill.
step ahead.
Has the spike now.
They really
and
are.
Needs to find a bit
Especially,
of an advantage
especially after
to get
both of the
spike down, if
timeouts.
anything.
The timeout at, was it 4-3
Munchkin
or
just
something?
grudgingly
And they had
waits
the
for the
Viper all
sprays to
rounds. That was
dissipate.
beautiful. And this one, step ahead
It's a
again.
2v1, but Munchkin, he should have heard where this is coming from. Yeah, so he's checking Hell and Heaven. Wants to see if he can get an early pick. But RQ, the back off is good. Trying to make sure that they stay grouped up.
You know, it's a 2-on-1. Why fight solo? So just allowing for Munchkin to... Oh, wait.
So if I'm Munchkin, yeah, I push all the way through, right?
What?
So, because unless they're grouped up, buddy, you try to find 1v1s. You got the time to go for the rotates.
Oh,
I mean, Flips, he's holding a good off
Yeah.
angle, but
Even
I
though
like
we
the
did
idea
a
from Munchkin.
bit
You
of
have
an
all the time in the
overheat at the
world.
end, it was
No
sick. It was
reason
a
to
sick
try to
clip
rush
from
for the
him.
plan.
We get his POV, right?
good
He,
attempts,
he
but
focuses the guy
nonetheless,
over towards the
RRQ.
site. He kills the first two, and then kills the guy on the
It all
left.
starts with this little pinch in towards garage.
And then this guy still
I
not
mean,
killed him.
Elmi
That's
Moore
so
basically
sick.
sacrifices everyone, including Jemkin, with
Yeah.
that guiding light,
Yeah.
and clears it up. He does overeat a little bit for that ace. Greeds a little bit for it. But at the end of
Low
the day,
buy.
they'll win
It'll low
a
buy's
nice and
alright. They
easy
got
round,
Razor.
7-3 now.
Dude,
We've got
3 with
Seekers
double
still online for
duelist.
Elmi Moore, but the showstopper for Texture. So they don't want that early push. They're trying to make sure that if there was a showstopper push in, that the second line of attack can't approach on that A main. Nice snake bite coming out from Flips.
Just controlling it so well. I mean, GenG has been blocked repeatedly all throughout this map. A map that they intentionally left
A
open.
weird
They
wall
wanted
for
to play
RRQ.
this.
I mean, when you saw RRQ's last split against Team Secret, you think even if they work on it,
Kinda
it's pretty
sick.
rough.
It does the same thing over towards
They've
middle,
definitely cleaned it up
blocks
quite
A
a bit.
heaven, and you
Trippin'
can
mid
flood
and
into A
returns after
site.
that pistol round and hasn't quite been there for a couple rounds now, so GenG will have to watch out for that. That allows RRQ after a certain timer to ditch mid like they are
The
right
one
now. They can
person
start to
send
spread
over
out
towards
deeper, and
B.
Seekers
Into
are
the
absolutely
insta
gonna
pop
get
of
the read
Seekers, and all
onto
3 of
this
them go over
push.
towards
More
B main.
knows, the guiding light
Oh
is out,
my
but
god, he's
walks
running at
straight
them.
into the poison cloud. A good
He's
punish
running
from
at them.
Munchkin, and it gives
No,
GenG the
man,
side.
you did so good with the ult.
Needing to back off.
Yeah, now you just have to hold for the retake.
Okay. Meteor goes
Whoa.
down on the other side of the map.
Whoa, chill, you
The
did great.
bot clears. Flips coming in with support from heaven.
Oh my god.
Sparrow uses the camera, tries to get a kill through the cage, but instead goes for the spike
They got
planter.
Razor out of them.
Tries to buy a bit more time for the
The
rest of the
Omen
team to
ult,
arrive
but they
on
don't
the
want to do an
site.
Omen ult because
And it
he's
kind of works
early
out.
over
Flips
towards us.
repositions back in towards spawn and gets the
He's a-
timing
I mean,
onto
this guy in B
Munchkin.
main
It's
gets
all
the kill.
down.
His Texture's got to take a
solo
gamble,
duelist
and he's got to gamble that no one's B
So
main.
good because it's making him think
No
it's just
idea.
heaven. Yeah, you're really kind of open to this
back.
B main garage.
He goes
So
to the best
Texture,
pos though.
He'll work with it.
Backside,
Wait,
he could actually
whoa,
make it
hold
happen.
up.
Jemkin will be the sacrificial lamb for the time being. Paranoia out.
Hold up.
Dodges it completely. Paint shells tossed through. Flips has to swing.
Whoa.
He goes in
Whoa.
for the blast pack play and tosses him off. Texture.
He's so
That was
good,
not
man.
flipped
He's
that
actually
into the
so
ground.
good. You
What
cannot
clutch,
play that
1
any
on 3.
better.
Oh,
The
that
timing
first
on
kill
the
onto
swing at
Jemkin.
spawn was a bit off.
He
We'll
knew
say
at
that much,
point
but you can't play that
this
much
was
better, man.
absolutely his round. If he doesn't get that kill, you got to deal
Yeah.
with the double peek.
RQ's gonna
and
be a
then you
little
don't
bit
know
annoyed,
about
especially the
Estrella.
fact they had
But
that
as soon as he
Omen
gets
flash.
that kill,
Probably could
there's
have,
no extra pinch from heaven. So you're
probably
thinking,
could have
okay,
done this a little bit
Flips is
better,
still
but
coming in from alley, so it's not a wraparound. So where's that last guy? Even able to dodge the paranoia. That's unfortunate.
Oh, the second blast pack.
damn.
Yeah, the second blast pack to absolutely ensure it. Huge round, an absolutely needed win
Yeah.
from GenG.
One of the
as that
only
looks
rounds
like
that
it might have
RRQ's
been a
misplayed
heroic
though. They've
hold
been
from
having a
Xero. He
great
even went for the
half.
spike planter. I don't mind it. It's a good call, but it's just not enough.
I mean, a GenG that actually needs heroics just to turn the map around. RRQ is doing a phenomenal job at controlling the map. Texture is terrific, but how long can you keep that up? A 5-7 would be wonderful, but they look, you know, a little bit
Vision
desperate to need
block
it right
with
now.
the dog and
Still trying to hold off across
yeah,
the
they
map,
keep
though,
doing
for
this.
Trailblazer.
Because normally most people
Yeah,
will try
catches
and take a
flips.
timing once the
So
dog
that
goes
gives you
in,
a
and the
bit of
dog
a
normally
better
goes all the
idea,
way
right?
to
'Cause
vents.
usually
I love
that
that they go
Viper is
back and
that
then
extra
jump
source
through into their
of hold
smoke to
in
make
mid
sure
for
that no one's
RRQ.
pushing back.
So GenG reads that.
It's
You
pretty
see the
cool.
Trailblazer come out as well. You've seen the one-way from the
I think
Omen.
most teams can
So they're going to go
benefit from doing
for
that.
that
'Cause there's no
A push.
point
Now, here's
going
the thing
over
for
towards
RRQ.
vents. It
You've
doesn't
got
really matter.
Showstopper. So I
You
don't
want to
know
make
if
sure
you
that
really
they're
need to stick
not
around
clearing
here.
behind
You can't
your
just let the
smoke.
site get taken over.
Oh, he's gonna use the
Okay.
showstopper for this position instead.
Oh,
But
Texture
what? Shot through the toxic screen right into Jemkin's face.
Who is this
How
guy,
does
man?
that happen? Now it's down to Xero alongside Estrella from the shadows, gives him a bit of space on the site, but Meteor, the rest of GenG, they
Yeah,
are
and it's
doing
just a
such
pivot,
good job at
and
holding it,
Flipside
at
has
the
to kill
same
everyone.
time, rotations, quick
Good luck, man, you gotta
rotations
get 3.
into B.
Oh.
Flips, although I think he's not quite checked. Munchkin turns around at the
There's a
right time.
satchel
At 10
passive
seconds left,
and
the spike
Omen
goes
TP,
down.
and then the guy
Vipers
checks.
hit the block out defender
Come on,
spawn.
man. Too much.
Oh, it just all falls apart.
Dude, look at the
I
spread on
mean,
this Viper ult.
That
What
showstopper was meant to buy so much time, but now they just walk right into their death in the
the
pen.
great recovery from them.
And GenG in
I
some
don't know what
miraculous
texture's on,
fashion
man.
After a great timeout
I don't even understand
from
how he
Coach
gets this
Solo,
kill.
They'll stabilize to a 5-7. Anybody's game here on map 3.
Just completely recovered, and they're looking hot. Magical timeout for GenG, and it puts Texture into a flow state.
Dude,
The rest
it's
of
a
the
shame for
team
RRQ.
getting a good
Really,
play,
really
good
good
read
half, and then
onto
the
this hit in the
1v3
final
they
round of the
messed
first
up,
half as well.
and then it turned
RRQ
into
are
this.
the ones on the attack next. Slightly more balanced composition, but how do
Because
they
they were
make
doing
that
so
work?
much
How
good
does
stuff.
RRQ play the attack against GenG's defense?
I mean, Xfero's got
The
to
Viper pit there, yeah, dude, that
He's
was
got to be able to
nuts.
put a lot of pressure on that A side. They've got to be able to capitalize on it, right? Sometimes going with him, sometimes going away. Got fans asking for the Riot Gun Buddy. I don't know if Jake Sin is here today, but Riot Jaker did say if you find him in the arena, you'll get a Gun Buddy.
If you find him in the arena.
Yeah, it's a little treasure hunt, you see here at VCT Pacific. We've got like merch. We've got the team capsules
Teams get points for
outside. We've got
qualifying to
treasure hunts
playoffs?
for Riot
No.
Jaker. We've got great
The only people that
matches.
get
We got
points for like
everything.
qualifying is the people that come first of their group. They get an extra
Still,
point
I
because
mean,
they get a
the
bye in the
great
first
matches
rounds.
are the thing to focus on right now.
The first of your
Battle for
group gets an extra
championship
point, but
points.
that's just because you get a bye in playoff. But you get
RRQ
points for winning games in playoffs.
Really keeping things interesting. I mean, GenG probably don't want to show too many of their cards for playoffs either, but this is completely different.
Yeah, I mean, sure, your seed is locked in, but a loss, the very first loss to RRQ, that would sting a bit. But like you said, they don't want to show too much ahead of
Wait, that was you
playoffs.
on stream?
They're only one match away
See if you get the right,
from
buddy, bro.
Masters Shanghai being in that bye round as that first seed of Group Alpha.
Okay. Start things off slow and steady. Firing off a couple of warning shots.
Paranoia
RRQ,
setup.
yeah, playing for it to go for that ramp control.
Oh, and they're gonna realize that, okay, we can just creep in using the toxic screen, just time it around the spam, cut the audio. So now you save the paranoia as well. It's a good position for RRQ.
Texture trying to jump spot against them. Now he knows. Has to back off though. Munchkin could potentially come up around the ropes.
Okay, so Heaven's empty. So RRQ has to be wary of this, right? Okay, where do you
Yeah,
back
Munchkin.
off into? The Raze
See,
backed
Munchkin's
off,
reaction
but
isn't
does that
great
mean
right
there's
now.
Someone in vents. It's
Not
a
gonna
double
lie.
drop down. It's a good snake bite.
Okay.
Yeah,
But he,
at
dude,
this
he
time too.
still had to
Shaves
take a
couple
risk of not
seconds
being
off the
shot
clock.
over towards the
RRQ
middle here.
thinking to double back into A.
He got a
Just
little
as they
bit
do
lucky
that,
that this person
Karen's
wasn't
right
here.
around the corner.
Flips the guy.
Too much talking. Too much talking in the past month.
That actually works out great for RRQ because it forces the two members of GenG to stay on B.
Oh, there it
What a
is.
shot.
And with the
Huge paranoia.
distraction bot away,
Okay,
Jet
Tex is
can
gonna
now
kill
pushes
everyone.
into pressure.
Oh, yeah, he's
Texture
so
has
good
to
with a
come
pistol
huge
though.
these
Maybe.
kills.
Maybe.
Karen's
Just because it's
down.
him, we'll give him a chance.
Texture feels the paint shells.
Ah,
trying to
but
hide back
you
away.
see in
Still
the
able
extra
to land the
movements that he
second
does, he's
headshot.
so
Elmore
smart. He
will
only
take him
stands
down,
still
though.
when he's ready
Numbers
to
advantage
actually
on the
shoot
side
his
of
shot.
RRQ until
His
Munchkin
movement
fires
is
right back with a classic as he
might be some of the
drops.
best.
Spike will be
Might be the
planted.
best, to be
Lakia
honest. But
rotating over, but Flips still sneaky as ever. Going in sneaky.
it reminds me
sneaky
of
like
Les,
he's going
man.
through screens. They're
Him
trying
and
to
Les
double
probably
back,
sidestepped
make
the
it to top
most
heaven.
during
Spotting out Munchkin now.
duels.
Elmore fires off a couple more shots. Lakia gets the frag. And now Flips just in an
Huge
undiscovered
start, man.
position.
Huge.
Good hold from Flips. Like you said, he's considering, do I wrap around or not? But it's a 2v2. You're not quite sure where Lakia
They're
is.
I mean, they're on
It's a
for
good call to
this.
stay
They really
patient.
are. Double
Elmore
pistol.
kinda gets caught off guard by that toxic screen timing. He stays true to his aim, dwindles it down to a 1v1. I mean, this is a great holds from Texture, but Jemkin understanding that he just needs to be the bulldozer for RRQ at that point on the entry.
Let's go.
It's a huge pistol round, now picking up both here on split. They can continue to convert it. Look at the buys coming in from RRQ. Two Vandals, one Phantom as well.
Oh, man.
They want to try to really expand this lead.
Just getting it in and making sure that GenG does not come back up against them. Even if they do take a round or two, that's the most they can hope for. Especially on this defensive side. I mean, GenG is spread thin across the map right now on the pistols.
So-
Meteor,
Yeah, GenG's default, of course, kind of sticking around mid, trying to make sure that they can flood a site with the weaker weaponry. Meteor's just going to reposition since they see the poison cloud drop down onto B. Make sure you have that long-range weaponry.
RRQ off of those little shots, thinking to route back
There.
towards mid?
There.
I mean, I think RQ just want to thin the numbers, right? You hear the classic over on B, but you're not quite sure. Is that the anchor or is that the majority? Because usually it's going to be a bit of a 1-4 split, something like that when you're on the eco. So now that they've seen one in mid, they've seen one in B, they say, okay, if we can regroup A, it should be safer. And GenG's going to make the call as well. All right, you've pressured
Oh,
B,
they're
you've
stacking
pressured
up.
mid. Yeah, it's just a flow chart. This is a
30
group up on
seconds
A.
is straight group up.
Shells, along with the snake bite at the right time.
And
20 seconds
the
left
Viper is
for
really
RRQ now.
disattached.
They're kinda
Oh
stuck.
no, they're
They
so
do have the
done.
firepower though, so just looking
They're
to
so
barrel through
done,
now,
right?
walking past the smokes.
Wait, no one gets any
The
kills with the
entire
Omen kill?
wall of
Wait,
smokes
no one got
allowing
any
the
kills
snake
with the
onto
Omen
site.
flash? He
Good
wrecked
shots,
them.
though. Karen will be able to fight back for the time being. Meteor fires off the
Keep it on
Marshall as
time.
well. Picks up over onto the Spectre now
the
trying
spike.
to pressure in. 8 seconds left, and Meteor plays up around the side of elbow. They've got it covered. It's got the smoke
Holy.
in, and flips alongside Elmore.
Yeah,
the teamwork
I
from
don't know,
RRQ
man. I think
will
GenG
give
could have won
them a
this.
2-on-1.
Maybe
So
GenG
while
should
they
have
win
won
the
this.
round, RQ's got to realize, holy, how did
Holy, we
GenG
just got so
know
lucky.
exactly
That's what they're gonna
where to
think.
stack, and the timings as well. All utility saved over. GenG didn't spend a thing. And they start
When you watch
using
streams
it
of
because they're
Val,
like,
you
oh,
watching
looking at the
spectator
timer,
or coach
we
for
might
you?
actually
Nah,
be
coach for you.
sneakily and thrifty
I
here.
mean,
And
the
they
majority,
really do. I
like the
mean,
first year that I
listen,
was
Glocke
coaching, there was
was able
no.
to get away with that
That was
phantom.
mental, by the way.
This is
The first year of
absolutely
coaching, there was
GenG's
no
round, but
coach
it's a
mode, so you had to go
good trade back
spectator
from
mode.
Estrella.
So when I would spend
And they'll
hours and hours
stabilize
doing a
the
lineup,
two Vandals.
the people
That's all they
we used
get.
to literally say no
Stinger also
coaches.
bought
We used to
back
have no one in the thing because I was
3
so bored of
weapons.
people stealing my stuff.
They're also looking
We used
at
to
a
just ban
9-5
coaches.
scoreline. RRQ
Just because you would
trying
just
to
play
switch
a
up the
game against
pacing,
people and then they would start
but the
stealing all your
standby
stuff.
catches and Munchkin
It
a
was
little bit more
mental, man. The
prepared.
first year we had nothing. So we would just do like you just
Potential
one of
B
your
split
players
coming through
streams.
now. Munchkin still
But
eyeing the
yeah,
top.
you were coach mode after.
Elmymore will be able to take him down.
Oh!
Texture trying to fight back, but Flips gets the timing swing onto Karon. Poison
Spike's
Cloud
not here yet.
reposition. Yeah, Spike not there yet. But they do at least have positions held. Meteor tries to break
Oh,
the
man.
placements,
Wait,
but
hold up.
Elmymore is just
Bonus
so
as well.
sharp to
Bro,
track
he's playing
through.
incredible
Seekers
right now, by the way.
Goes on a little bit
He's
of a
got
trip,
some
so they don't
multi-kills.
quite know.
Look at him.
But at the very least,
Wide swing on
Trailblazer
top
will
of
be
it.
able to find him. Elmymore re-peaks. And it's RRQ once more, doubling GenG's score. First team to reach double digits on this split.
Why save your ultimate when you can just start to restock it right away?
Oh.
Elmymore sends that Seekers 20 and 11. An absolute 180 from the last showing against Team Secret.
It has just dawned upon me, Will.
The most
I mean, not
ungrateful
only do you
jobs?
have
Nah, man.
these top fraggers
That's like
coming
observing
through,
and
the
stuff, dude.
kills, Jemkin as well.
Both of my jobs have been a bit like that.
It's RRQ getting the bonus. GenG looking at a 5-round deficit, potentially 6 rounds.
Yeah, it's looking tough.
But observing's
They're gonna
worse,
have to
man. You
stick
never
with
get
broken weapons
any.
right now. And RRQ,
Observing, you never
I
get
mean,
any
they
credit.
look ready
People
for it.
only
The
just
fact
get
that,
angry at
again,
you.
It's happened on Ascent, but Elmymore, he's ready for someone to peek out of the smoke again.
Kind of like that with
on
coaching, I
Spears.
guess,
That
because when you
makes
win,
all the
you take
difference.
when you win the
Paper thin
players.
set on the desk, it's the
take,
little things, and it absolutely
And
is.
this is the way it should be,
Making
though.
sure
I'm not
that you're
complaining.
entirely
Like when you
discounting
lose, you
things.
should be
Don't-
taking the
don't
blame,
work
and
off
when
of
you win, you
assumptions.
just
Knew
highlight
the
the
spike was
players.
late.
You
Wait
want,
to
like
see
they're the
okay,
ones that need to have
GenG,
the
they like
confidence.
flood. There's gonna be someone outside of that smoke. It's a good call from Elmymore and crew.
This is a nice clear from GenG though
Wonderfully
early.
played. Onto the
Bit
next
of pressure
round now
over towards
still.
A, gets cleared nice and
GenG
fast.
at
Are
the
they going
very
to
least,
disrespect the
trying
wall?
to get a good read for things.
Yeah, they are. They
Cost them a
might
bit
be
of
able to get a
utility,
heavy
but
rotating
Trailblazer
in
will
time.
give
Let's
them an
see.
idea.
50
There
seconds.
is a
They're
bit
at
of
least
mid
going to have
presence.
3 here. Do
So
these two at
rotations
least
from
get towards
A-side
middle to
will
cover
be
them?
Called over.
Yeah, I mean, GenG with the stacks at the moment,
So
they're doing
RRQ
great.
this
As
time
soon
they're
as
just
there's
gonna
a bit
stick
of
with the
pressure
first
created,
contact
they're
instead of
clearing
trying
it.
to fake it, allowing GenG to get a read on the flowchart. They'll start to
Lucky with
clear,
the
but it's again
flash
30 seconds in. The
send.
pop flash. Are they ready for the
Whoa.
ante?
Swings
Do they
out
expect
off of
one
the
here?
Flash.
Meteor.
What
What are you doing?
Prepared. They've got enough numbers that they can dodge these flashes or play anti. On the other hand, though, again, the weaponry on the other side just not the greatest. Trying to re-peek out. Munchkin, unfortunately,
15
will bite
seconds.
the dust. It's going to be up to Meteor now. Still continuing to fire through. Texture able to fire back. Jemkin falling down to the ground. Xpharaoh now tries to go out the other
Absolute
side,
shot.
but
I don't know if he knew that he didn't have to go for the headshot, but he gets the headshot
What
either
a
way.
hold.
I shout out to the 2 over towards
The
A,
sharpshooter
insta clear.
of
Really, really
GenG.
sick. Stack actually
When they
works, and
need it
honestly, I think the
most,
stack
he'll
should have worked on
always
this round
deliver
as
on
well.
that jet. And this is RRQ just spending a bit too much time. I mean, listen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it feels like GenG have a good read into how late they like to play their anti-ecos.
To throw GenG off your
Like they like
tracks,
to
I
fake
get it.
pressure map control to send.
But man, just no information on exactly what the setup is and allows GenG to creep into the smoke. They don't clear it out fast enough.
Really unfortunate for Xpharaoh. And the rest of the team as well. Just a moment's hesitation, and again, but this time, going in fast and quick. Texture fires right back.
Trade
with
for
another
trade, Omen
rocket.
all
That's
rotate
Jemkin
goes
down.
in. He's not going to stick that because they could just
Might
go
have
for
ramps,
vents.
But GenG, they've
Yeah,
got
nice.
the site covered.
A little
So
bit
yeah,
of a
Evan
ball
Control,
play,
this is
but
up to
maybe
Flips.
the
He
Omen
has
had
to
something
make
to do
sure
with it.
that
I'm
he
not
opens
sure.
up the site once again.
Munchkin just watching the other side. Texture's still online though, and now he gets all the information.
So footsteps heard. Yeah,
Oh.
Meteor knows this.
Just try to walk through. Shrouded steps, bit of a fake. And
Little drop.
Munchkin's just continuing to mark this angle.
Oh.
Gets the 1 and he immediately backs out. Incredibly smart.
Okay,
Snake back in
nicely
for
done
the
on this.
decay as
Yeah, I was a
well.
little bit worried when he actually
Just
started
to
to get
burn
out
it
of there,
down.
but that's huge from him.
Acidity stings.
rough one there.
Yeah,
I
two
mean,
people
with
that
only
can't
two
buy,
members, they want
so
to make both of their positions
if these
known,
guns
it
stay.
seems. Estrella kind of dropping down. A good showstopper trade from Texture. And I think he considered, do I cut off the second line of attack? And he just says, you know what? No one else has actually made it through. Clears out the raise that's already planted in the site. That makes it for a good hold from GenG. So RRQ, they tried to send it. They tried to up the tempo with the showstopper. That hasn't worked. And now the ops come online for Texture. Do they read the timing on it? Yes, they do. Goes for a wide swing.
With that, they get Garage. Potentially looking to over on the B side as well. Trailblazer
Yeah,
initially
and
out just to
Viper
clear the
Smoke
corners or
missed.
at least push Texture back.
Viper
He will
Smoke missed,
toss
so they
those
could
paint
just duel
shells
over
in
towards heaven the whole time. There's a
backside.
lot of people here.
Still though, RRQ, Estrella managing to get up top on top of Raptors.
Wait, did he
Swings back
double
into
TP
hell.
smoke
Two players down
into
from
his smoke
GenG.
and then into
Now
vents?
looking
Oh,
into
dude, I
defender
love this
spawn. A
play.
quick trade.
This play is
Estrella
like
up on the
rarely
triple
comes
kill.
out. You smoke
Seekers
here,
out from
TP,
Lakia, though, and
TP.
alongside Meteor, the Blade Storm gets pulled. Even numbers, even odds for both sides.
2v2. Look at Meteor's read. On the holdout from
Well,
Xfero.
that's a
Xfero
kill.
doesn't have a read on this.
Oh!
Oh, the misses though.
He whiffed! Swaps over onto the Classic, but he doesn't have anything else. And that's gonna be
Wait, what a round
RRQ
from the Omen, by the way.
landing their shots
Smokes here,
instead.
because we used the Viper Smoke for Heaven, so
Oh,
in theory,
man.
Heaven's
In the
covered.
most crucial
TP's
moment.
into the smoke, and then
Oh, the
TP's on
Blades
top of
betray
the
him.
rafters.
Yeah, we've never
Yeah,
seen
it's such
whiffs
an
like
old
that from
school
Meteor,
strat.
frankly. I mean, he's been out-dueled, but not like that. And I believe Estrella pulled the tens here a little bit. Double Shroud step upwards. A couple
Yeah,
other
that was
members of
really,
EVA
really cool.
loving that as well. But it works out to perfection. Helps open up those angles. Now, RRQ 1 point away from match point. So the past couple rounds, they
The
tried
curse
to go,
there at
okay,
spawn,
just
dude.
deathball it, right? GenG's
That-
always gonna
that-
go for the
that one's
split,
not
and then
even
rotate
my
off of
fault.
that first contact.
The guy's not looking at him.
Now, after that, up in the tempo, they'll go for a slow default.
I don't even know how that even happens.
Just trying to test the waters. Trying to push and pull GenG across the map, and GenG's default now. Giving them a little bit more space to work with. They have spotted some of
What, he
these
was down
players out,
vents?
but Elmimore makes it a quick trade. Quick movements back in, though. And look at how Munchkin doubles back. Marking
Number
the
one
exit
trades,
still.
yeah. No Omen, though, for RRQ. That's a bit rough. So, I mean,
man,
still have
timing
potential.
here.
I would love to see Xfero just
Great.
move a bit more on the A side, try to pressure that toxic screen. But they're not in position to do it, and now no smokes at all.
It's not quite decisive, not enough impactful
No,
progressions
man.
across the map.
Like
so
you wanted to flash middle and
GenG continues
his
to just hold steadfast
Sky
in
Flash
all
got
these
stuck in
spots.
vents.
Karen walks away with yet another kill. And because of that, numbers
They would've
advantage on
given
the
him
side of
info.
GenG, even if
I think they had
RRQ
just turned around the
deathballs
corner.
through mailroom right now,
They
they're
go for the
walking
3-pass
in
and stack. It's the right call either way.
to players who are prepared. Oh, Meteor backs
Oh,
off.
why do I
bit of
talk,
a
man? What even is
early
this
rotation.
today?
Yeah, I mean, they find nothing over by
Terrence?
B. So it's just going to be an over-rotation
No,
from
man.
He's not going to
GenG.
know.
10 seconds left.
Whoa.
But they have no idea either. They think the site might be empty. Now a 2v3. Does he get the timing? He does.
God, I
but
thought he was
Meteor's
going to
right
get the
there in
other
trade.
17 HP.
At the same time, you've got Lakia just the top.
Elmimore's
Meteor
been
off of
great,
his
but this
health.
one's
2-on-1 where
probably
Elmimore's
too
down
much.
in
It's
the
a
rid.
good reposition from him.
Now gets his screen full white.
Actually a
They know
great
that he's
reposition
right around
from
the
him.
corner. Goes in for the check, but he crouches, head a little
Oh my
bit
God.
off. Tries to
Why?
go for the
Oh my
spray
God.
transfer, almost narrowly
It's 5.
whiffs Meteor's head
That's
by
so
an
unlucky.
inch.
Yeah, that's the wall shot, I think.
Hey, that was
Only
such a
5
nice try,
HP
man.
for Meteor.
Oh,
That is rough. Absolutely had it.
Forces keeping GenG in the game.
Yeah, that top off. That's really what does it. I mean, Charon, very crucial kills here. They don't quite check this pillar. Maybe a bit of a mistiming there from Elmimore and Jemkin. Yeah, but Meteor even knows, like, woof, barely got away with the skin of my teeth. But look at this. Ults online, Seekers and
What's
from the
online?
shadows as
It's
well
a
for
low
Estrella.
buy.
This could
Econ will
be
get so
an
wrecked for
absolute
that
launch,
last
a little bit of a
round.
shake-up with the default, then follow the Seekers in from RRQ.
Not quite sure if they're going to be able to pull that off. Again, though, I mean, looking at the firepower and looking at how close they are to closing out this map, GenG fighting with the fire right now. They've spotted out these players as they try to cross in through A ramp. So the smokes will be called out from Karen.
Wait. Dog's gonna clear all of
Trailblazer
sight.
to check as well.
They're just gonna send it.
Okay.
Especially when you hear this
Oh,
dog
he's
over
gonna get
towards
spammed
heaven.
out.
Go on, send it.
It's okay for
Yeah,
now.
there we go.
Oh,
Wait. This
Being
this
healed
this
by
round
Elmi
at the
more. Now
moment.
looking for some of these sharp sheriff shots. It's not quite going to happen. Lakia and Texture.
Flash goes
locking
over
things
towards
down.
sight as well.
Both
Does he take
mid
the
and
timing
A
with this
ramp
now as well?
denied.
He's so worried about
That's
spawn.
rough.
Oh my god.
tried to just kind of creep
But
up.
still sneaking through.
Yeah, get ready for
Yeah, what's the
ultimate.
timing
This
on
is
the
huge.
spawn
Xfero
reclear?
and flips. If Xfero can find a kill, but it's Xfero's gonna
It's
show.
unlucky.
Just wanted to make sure
It
he
was
kept his
unlucky,
eyes on
yeah.
elbow. Too many
There was a
angles to
chance.
cover.
I think he could have been a little bit more bold of what was going on over towards heaven. I don't know what the comments were like, but
No. Very unfortunate for Xfero as he had to mark these angles, watching elbow as well.
good
Down
news
to
for GenG
Estrella,
is
and
like their
GenG
money was
look to
pretty
make
low up until
this
this point. They
into
got one
a
armory buy,
flawless
now they're
round.
good.
Slowly but surely climbing back up. I've never said that for GenG in this year.
Yeah, they've usually been the dominant force, maybe getting challenged here and there, but they've always had the endurance to try to close things out.
This goes here.
But this is a close one. And RRQ, they've lost so many maps. 11-13. So many map threes. 11-13 to GenG. You have to imagine that in the back of their mind, this is starting to creep up on him. That we have to get over this hump. We have to get to match point. And the big question is can they keep calm enough to do exactly that? Rifles bought back. It's a good
Ooh.
pickoff. A good read against the push out. Immediate Seekers, I love the up tempo.
Seekers hits
Trying
two
to go
though,
in
and
quickly,
look at
but
this over
Texture just shuts
towards
them down right
B.
quick
It
as
is
well.
all on
Now
Munchkin.
behind this toxic screen, you've got
And
a
that
B
is
squad
the
going
rounds.
through, and
They
GenG
can get an
manages to
early
open things
good
up. The
plant.
spike now gets planted. GenG has to wonder about
Smoke
their
on
backs.
sight.
Yeah, an absolute
Double
hard
molly.
setup from RRQ.
They gotta go
meant
faster,
for
though.
Yeah, they
this
could maybe
to
go
be
fast.
the
Dog
absolute
out.
fake.
Flash
Oh,
smoke spike.
Okay, a bit of a crossfire setup on the site itself. Meanwhile, Xfero alongside
nightmare.
Elmi more slowly
Molly's
but
delaying no
surely
matter
making
what.
their way, crawling all up through. Xfero has regrouped with flips, so this is better firepower. They spotted out Texture, good dig, but Texture swings back and gets the headshot anyway.
Oh,
Jen
the
gets straight
flash.
transfer, gets a bit of a
No,
double.
the
Then it's
flash.
out to Karen.
Shot, man.
Clean
Flips. Just a
shot.
sidestep one
It's a
tap.
nice round from RRQ
Very,
though.
very
Dude,
clean
they
shot.
look
And
good on
finally,
this map, by
RRQ.
the way.
Those set
Been doing some
themselves
great
up
stuff. Double
for, at
pistols
the
helped
very
them out,
least,
but
overtime. You gotta imagine that's a huge burden off their back. And now it's just up to them to close it out.
Oh my god.
An absolute fake. I mean, intended from the very get-go, right? Spike was always on that B side. And as soon as they get that
the
kill, it's just a straight
NRGEG
Seekers as
game,
well to
yes,
really hard sell it. It's a
the
good
editor
one, 'cause
is
it
going to
would've been
do
a
a
good round to
highlight
death
version of
ball
that.
as well.
I
Contingent
don't
on
know
Jemkin getting the
when
kill
it's
too,
going to
and
be out
Jemkin
though.
Definitely delivers.
It should be at some point
Unbelievable.
today.
I mean, we talk about it being a chess match, but some of these players having the mechanical skill to make it happen too.
Okay,
Now GenG
3
just back
chances on this
to
one, and
trying to
these
defend and
rounds
trying
are
to
looking
control
good.
as
We get a
much
full
as
buy out no
possible.
matter
They've
what.
got
We're
these
missing a
rifles,
little bit of util.
But RRQ has
Not too
even
much
more
though.
ultimates.
Skydog, I
Jemkin
think, unless I
might
missed
just
it,
be
unless I
able
missed
to
it early.
Crack a side open.
RRQ trying to get the read that the B site's generally been weaker as well.
They go
but
for a mid
again,
punish
GenG,
right now. If they
they're just
did decide to
holding A
just
from
send it
heaven.
over
They've
towards
already
B,
ditched
it's
this.
pretty
They're gonna
good.
make sure
It would
that
all be
mid's
about the
absolutely
timing of
clear.
Karen's Omen flash to just make sure that his team
Paranoia
can go
should
in and
buy
help
him
him, especially
time.
as they just cleared middle now.
Can find the
So
kills,
Omen
that'll
flash
be even
goes
better.
in, does hit too.
Estrella.
Or
Tries to
gets
get
cancelled or
information.
shot back
There's the
aside, I'm not
showstopper just to
sure.
collect on the kill.
That is an
Ooh,
absolute play, man.
He evades it. A bit of a trade comes through.
He did great though,
That
he
said,
enabled his
still,
team to get out there.
good
There's
shot
3
from
people
Jemkin,
here
and
to
they have
flood.
the
They know this guy's
side.
back
Look
his
at
sight.
this. Yeah.
Xfero
Wait,
Xfero's dug deep, and Jemkin's still on B as well.
Was.
wait.
They could go back
Okay,
at
yeah,
any
the
point.
comms have come in. Dude, the comms have come in. Like, this guy's back of sight, remember? What
Oh.
the hell is this round?
Just
There's
buys
a
bit of,
duel in spawn,
attention
both
and time
spawns.
away. Estrella continuing to collect through with this, the
He has
rest
no
of the team.
idea. The
Dude,
thing is,
it's like they
have
forgot
no idea
about
the
him,
clock
or
is already
Karen's
at
comms
side.
didn't come in.
They
Lovely
think they've already
shot.
cut off all the backup.
15 seconds.
Oh.
Where is the
Xfero
spike
drops.
going?
Hasn't been able to collect
Oh,
on these kills
no,
just
not
yet,
the
so
melons.
They will be able to
Not the
recall
melons.
in towards Jemkin, but with 9 seconds left,
Not the
it's going to
melons.
be tight. Jemkin has to hold
It's
for these
so
rotates.
close.
That
I think they just have it.
He should have it in time.
Oh,
No,
no.
Just
Oh my
barely
god.
by, like,
Just
0.1
melons.
seconds.
Oh,
Took
man.
7 seconds
It was
left.
so close.
That is...
What
oh,
a
you gotta be
round.
heartbroken if you're
What a
RRQ. I mean, they
wild,
still have
wild
another
round.
shot.
No
2
joke,
more
at the
shots
same time
indeed,
we had
but
a duel in both of the
I
spawns.
mean, they had options.
Oh, this
This
Kara.
move was cool, yeah. And then they forgot about the guy
Path and stays
backside,
alive
even
there.
though the
Sure,
comms,
Gem can
I
still
imagine,
cleans it
came
up.
in.
But Lockheed with the early
And then they started
rotate,
seeing pings when
that
they got
was
to
big.
here. And this guy's back
Yeah,
at site wondering
it
why
just-
guys run
the
through B
stuff
main.
that GenG throws
And these
out
two have
into
run
the
off,
server
not
is
going for him.
incredible, but I really
That
hate
was-
to say it, but
that was
Xfero on these
madness.
lurks
That
has
was sick
not
to
been
watch.
able to give us
It
the
wasn't
presence that we're
great, but
looking
it was
for.
sick to watch.
So it gives GenG one more round. 2 is needed for overtime.
So Xfero, the thing is you're waiting for GenG to over-rotate. I think RRQ, they're trying to get the read that GenG still sticks to the over-rotating meta that they've developed. So what Xfero's really there for is the last line of resort, right? Once you force the over-rotate, then he'll clear the site. They're not expecting Xfero to single-handedly open it up like some of the ciphers have done in the past. I'm fine with that strategically, but one of these rounds, you got to go for the earlier peaks like you are right now. You've got to put a little bit extra pressure so that change finally comes through. But until now,
That's
I mean,
the over-rotation.
yeah, I get what RRQ was trying to do.
Forces GenG
Boy,
to
seconds.
invest
Honestly,
resources
they're
into
picking
this site,
they're
and
picking the
RRQ
right site at the
could
moment.
actually overwhelm this B site hit right now.
And
Flip
big duel at
waiting for
B
the
main.
flash,
Whoa,
goes
whoa,
in for
whoa.
the
Backside
peek.
has to kill too.
inside of his poison cloud. Actually, he manages to make it work. Now Jemkin arrives
Oh
on
boy,
the crime scene.
that should be
That's
it.
Homicide
Molly
against
goes in.
Karen.
Meech
The
is going
rest
for
of
a
the team
hero
now
play.
from GenG
Dude, look at
arriving
this
a
guy.
little bit late, and Elmimore has the off angle.
Ah, it's
There's
so,
the next player
so
down.
done. There's a guy in
13
spawn.
seconds and the spike gets planted.
Viper ult
Elmimore
down.
looking for the next
guy's
one, and this
getting
could
flashed
be
as
it.
well.
This could be
Yeah,
over
there
for
we go.
GenG. Xfero from the
Damn,
back.
impressive,
Elmimore
dude. Impressive. Their
with
actual
the
split
swing, the
overall
reads,
looked
the
really
prep
good.
work,
They had a lot of
the
cool
set
stuff.
plays, and
Lot of cool
RRQ
stuff.
makes it a flawless round just to end it off.
What a meaningful victory.